everyone, welcome to Long Arm Wednesday. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. Thank you for joining us. We greatly appreciate you here. We are working on a couple of really unique heirloom sort of quilts here. They've been tucked away for quite some time. They have a few stains on them, but we're going to work on that as we're going along. They're all been handmade. These are all hand stitched together. It's hand applique all the way around as well as hand stitched together the blocks together. Okay, it has been machined onto the border part here, but that's the only part. The rest has all been hand beautifully appliqued. So there's a couple of these in my project. This is by She Devil. She is actually the artist of our logo when you see it coming into our live streams and our videos. And I have this one here and this one here, and then a lovely girl one, and then a couple other little tiny projects to work on. So we're going to continue here. We're just doing lovely edge to edge. I did put something different in the borders because that's how I kind of want to make these quilts extra special. And though I don't charge any different for it. So I've got a bread basket in the border part, which you can see a little bit after. So because I had to stitch it, and then of course I want to roll it to optimize the space here. So they're about 68 inches wide and 94 inches long. So nice and long, great for cuddle. You can do like lengthwise on a couch would be fantastic. And of course as a nice big wall display. So they're obviously football themed here. So I thought, why not actually add that into the project as well? There's a nice stitch out that I have here. It's got a big football and then some nice zag movements. So, and I will do this stitch out here in the border of the next quilt, so it kind of links them together. I'll just do something different in the overall edge to edge part. So let's get Walt to continue here. We're working with a cool mint. I think it's cool mint or mint thread, as I really liked it as a representation of the helmet here in color wise, and she said she wanted the stitching to stand out. So, and I've got the black marble colored backing here. It is a wide back, so no seams, which is fantastic when it comes to a nice big fabric like that. So, and I have slowed it down just a little bit. Normally Walt stitches at about 14, and I've kind of got it at about a 7 at the moment. The reason why is because it's all been hand pieced, and there's some parts of the quilt that are a little bit fuller in sections than others. And I want to try and contain that and minimize the pleats and tucks and puckers as much as possible. Okay, so you can see here it's full, and so when it stitches over that, I want to try and make sure that it's not doing a huge bunch of pleats. If it has to take one, then just try and make it one. So I call this babysitting, as you really have to watch the quilt being stitched out. And making sure that all the seams around here are all stitched down, that the foot of Walt doesn't catch. This is what I call my long arm. It is actually a Gamble Statler stitcher. And it has a 22-inch throat space. So this is the border here, which we've got something, like I said, some stitching out different. See, this has all been hand done, and then this has been, like, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love the fabric that's been used. So I have this stitch out going in 3 rows, and it's got 5 footballs being stitched out on each row, and they go about the same size in that section. So I thought it would look kind of cool and be neat from the back end as a whole cloth, to if they wanted to flip it over, being that black and then that green popped up thread on it, and gives it nice texture, and it still has that football theme too. So it's 2 quilts in one, right? So you've got to definitely be aware of what's going on at all times and making sure things are laying flat, not getting caught. If I felt maybe it needed to be slowed down a bit more, I could. And in some sections where I have done, where it's been suede or corduroy going over applique, though that's what they wanted. They wanted an edge to edge. I really slowed it down. So we were only stitching at about 5. So see, this is where I'm trying to make sure it's going to lay as flat as possible and not get folded or pleat. So you can see there's a couple little stains, but it's just a process of working them out. It was very fragile, and I just thought it would be best to wash it after. That way I can take it to a laundromat and be a little bit more precisely gentle with the wash. My machine is a brute. It's already ruined a few shirts and things. So I certainly don't want that to happen to this project. You see here, I was trying to flatten it out. It had a little bit of a wrinkle. Okay. I just don't want anything to hinder the process, and if it takes just a little bit longer and a little bit more care to make sure, because if I just were to let it run, it's going to fold over, and it's going to fold over and it's going to pleat in a lot more places than if I were just to help make sure things are laying flat and as much as possible, right? Pulling a little bit of that bulk so it doesn't get caught up underneath the foot. And it's not really pulling it, it's just kind of massaging it in one direction or another to smooth it. Okay, so that's just going to stitch out another football. So that's good. We'll just let that stitch. So it's super cool, isn't it? I love it. It's one of my favorites for sports ones. I've done it on a jersey quilt over the hockey section, and then I did hockey over the soccer, and then football over, or soccer over the football, or whatever. It was pretty cool. They loved how I did it. So it still played with all the sports, but it was a little bit mixed up on the stitch up, but it looked really cool from the backside. Just so nice. Now, I'm very happy to see this project. For one, it's out of storage and is going to be used, and that's what it was meant to be used for, is to be used, because that's why it was made. So this makes me very happy to have one that's coming out of hiding and is it will be used for its purpose. And all this beautiful hard work. I love this stitching. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I just love the look of the thread, the variegated thread between the color that goes around the helmet to the stitching all the squares together. It's just, it's a beautiful work of art. Okay, it's just really over the helmet and the football that I really have to worry. That's where there's just a little bit of play in the fabric. The blocks are fantastic. It's such a beautiful project. See, there's that little fold there, so I'm gonna, if it comes stitched this way, I don't want it stitched flat, right? So, try and, oh, all right. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's stunning stitching. And I'm hoping these recipients are going to be so happy and pleased to get these after all these years of sitting in storage after it was made. So I'm hoping it'll be a surprise on all accounts, I'm sure. Be awesome and amazing. Oh, there we go. Nice, nice. That worked. That worked. Just a little play with the fabric. The next time you'll see the one behind me getting all stitched out. We're going to showcase every one. Beautiful. I love this thread color choice. I just think it's so, it's bright enough. You can see it and it matches that helmet color perfectly. Just making sure. There we go. Beautiful. Like I said, I did a bread basket in the border, and I'll be doing it the same around the quilt project. And it looks really nice. I like it, that little bit of movement. It kind of looks like some of the moves that you would do in the training out on the field for training for football. So nice. All right, and off to stitch another football. Okay, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. We have, like I said, the stitch out, if you want to take a look at that. Hope you have an amazing day. Come hang out with us on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to work on a new project. Yeah, because we can, and we want to. Okay. So, big hugs to you. Take care.